Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whether you know it or not, we have now entered the Dennis Smith, De'Aaron Fox era in the NBA. It has already started. Did you see these two young men last night? Oh my goodness. I don't know where to start. I guess we can start with Dennis Smith, since Dennis Smith did get the start in Dallas. First play of the game for the Mavericks. This dude gets an alley-oop dunk. First play of the game. Second play of the game, he goes down and runs over Dennis Schrader and hits a little floater. He had the first 4 points of the game. The third play of the game, the Hawks double teamed Dennis Smith. Like, hey, I ain't never seen a dude get double teamed on the third offensive possession for the other team of the game. So they recognized very quickly that this dude is the truth. Now, if you've been rocking with your boy BSG, I told you that Dennis Smith was the truth in the very beginning. I told you before the draft. This is why I was screaming and hollering at the TV for the Pistons to go up and get Dennis Smith when he fell all the way to the Mavericks. I just knew the Knicks was going to get him. He thought the Knicks was going to get him. Then I just knew the Magic was going to draft him. The Magic didn't draft him, and he talked about that in an interview. He was mad that the Magic didn't draft him. So when you see a talent like this falling, you have to go get people like this. Because in another draft, and probably in this draft, Dennis Smith is your number one pick. Okay? Where would Dennis Smith have been drafted if he was in the draft last year or the year before? So it was a deep draft. Guys fell further than what they should have. But how does Dennis Smith fall to 9? Are you serious? Like, this man went out his first NBA game and did something that 99.9% of NBA point guards have never done their first game. I will talk to you about that, but let's talk about De'Aaron Fox, who did not start. Now listen, when I saw that he wasn't starting, I'm like, okay, Yeager, what are you thinking about, bro? How you starting George Hill, who is a good NBA point guard? Don't get me wrong, but when you have a franchise-changing player like De'Aaron Fox, you have to start him. What did I see from De'Aaron Fox last night? Nobody can stay in front of the dude. Nobody can guard him. I'm about to make a statement, and again, I make these statements. It is not to shock you. It's to tell you the truth. De'Aaron Fox is the fastest human being I have ever seen with a basketball in his hand. As of this moment, he is the fastest dude with the ball in his hands in the entire NBA. And yeah, I know John Wall is it. John Wall is still super quick. John Wall had a hell of a game last night. He's super quick. I remember Leandro Barbosa years ago. Dennis Schroeder is definitely in that category for quickness. But in terms of quickness and speed, De'Aaron Fox is number one. What he did last night off the bench without screens. I mean, people are literally 10 feet away from this dude, and he takes 2 dribbles and he's past them and going to the basket without a screen. That is the definition of a superstar, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody that doesn't need screens. He pulled off one of the most incredible back cuts I have ever seen in my life. He's at the top of the key 1 millisecond. The next millisecond, he's going to the basket. He jumps 40 inches in the air and crams on the whole team before they even knew what was going on. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm calling it. I'm saying it right now, man. This is why these two guys were my number 1 and my number 2 rookies available in the draft. De'Aaron Fox was number 1. Dennis Smith was number 2. And I was fighting the whole time as to who should be first. But De'Aaron Fox could literally, he could score 30 points whenever he wants to. I'm talking about right now. If he was a selfish kind of dude and he just decided, I'm going to score, there's literally nothing you could do about it unless you send 3 guys at him, and then, you know, he's just going to pick you off with passing. Now, he's still not a pure point guard, which is probably why they're bringing him off the bench. He's going to have to learn to be a better point guard. But you need on-the-job training. You can't have that man sitting on the bench. Bring him in and let him figure it out. But there was one team in the NBA right now that I would coach. It's the Sacramento Kings. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. Those boys are going to be scared. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if LeBron James went to Sacramento with De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Willie Cauley-Stein? Can you really look me in the face and tell me that Sacramento would not win a championship? I'm just putting that out there. I ain't heard nothing. But wouldn't it be crazy if the king goes to the Kings? I'm just saying.